What's up with Crimson?
As much as anything's ever been up with him, they were pushing him. He was undefeated, and now he's the opposite of that. So I'm okay with it. I don't need Crimson shoved down my throat, as the internet people would say.
Danny, isn't it weird that we hated him or already hated him before the heel turn? Didn't we hate him more before they tried to make us hate him?
Yeah, when he was a good guy, I didn't like him. When he was teaming with Matt Morgan, I didn't know what he was, but I didn't like him. There's not a lot of redeeming about me. Like, to me, the only reason the guy has a spot on the roster at all is because he's tall, but he's the wrong kind of tall. He's not tall and big. He's like that. I know it's a different build, but he's like Khali tall. Like, Khali's just there because he's tall. He has no build or real definition to him. Crimson's not a menacing, threatening guy. Crimson is the real life version of how we perceive David Otunga. Like, David Otunga has the muscles, and we see zero threat to him. Crimson actually has zero threat to him.
Danny, I'm in the minority in this, I think, because I sent you a text about when he ended the streak weeks ago. Like, I was very disappointed and upset. Like, I'm like, they wasted this streak ending. Meanwhile, we spent a year, both of us, going, why is this streak even happening? Right. What's going on? But Danny, come on, they could have done better. I mean, I know I'm internet guy, but it could always get better, bro, you know?
Right, the thing was, with the streak going on, our problem, I think, with it, at least for me, was that there had to be a payoff for it. Anytime you do that streak, there needs to be some kind of payoff. Like, it has to lead to somewhere, but ultimately it's about who's the guy that beats them. And whether they're heel or face, like, you still want to know, like, who's going to be the person that ends the streak. So it has to be something worth that buildup and all that burial of other wrestlers. And with Crimson, I don't feel like I cared. Like, I just wanted it to be done. So, but then when it ultimately happens, it's not that they ruined it so much. They wasted it. Like, it was all completely meaningless. Like, everything, all those people that he defeated and all that bragging about undefeated streak, it means nothing because it came and it went, and most people don't even realize that it's over with now.
Right. I mean, because whether we liked the journey or not, we were stuck with the streak that we had. I mean, streaks, it's very hard to make me like a streak. I'm just going to speak for myself. I'm not into those characters, as you know. But they actually made me, when they're trying to make me hate them now, they're making me build sympathy for them because I'm seeing a streak here that, you know what, we can actually capitalize on. But instead, we used it on the most over guy in the company to get a little more over in his hometown. Danny, maybe if I was from Texas, I'd start screaming long necks and rednecks until my face melted off. But I just couldn't get behind it. But also, Danny, you know how Crimson's bad now? We're supposed to hate him?
Right.
I watched his last match because I watch Impact. And Danny, this is the other weird thing. I used to fast forward him when he was a good guy. So this is crazy.
There's no reason you've stopped doing that, by the way.
Yeah, I watched I always kind of secretly liked him. I don't know what it was. His face. I don't want to get into it right now because it's embarrassing.
You pretend to hate him to be cool with me.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. So yeah, I want you to still like me. I want you to look up to me. But yeah, I was watching this match and I wrote down like the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves that he did. And listen to how desperate they are to make us hate a guy that the world I felt like already hated. So he starts with a cheap shot in the corner. He then tries 2 quick roll-ups to get quick victories, like cheap moves. Then he goes to a thumb to the eye. Then a choke. And isn't it weird how that combination, I actually kind of like this guy more than the Walking Affliction shirt we had to deal with before.
Well, he used to supposed to be, it was like a guy you were supposed to fear. You were supposed to ignore like his zero threat level, but because he was tall, you were supposed to fear him and he was undefeated, so you should worry about that. But now they're making him like he's this desperate guy. This guy that's like desperate to get a win. Like suddenly because he lost once, it's like he's on, like now he's on the downhill and he's got to work his way back up, which is ridiculous for a guy that, has nothing but wins for like over a year. And after one loss, now we're supposed to believe that he's like starting from the bottom, trying to work his way up. So all the cheap shots, it portrays that guy that's like, will do anything to win, but it's not really working kind of thing. Why would he be any less of a threat or any less of a great wrestler, in our view than he was before?
Danny, it's all part of the master plan. We're burying Crimson and then we're burying Joe for years now. And then we're going to make a meet up in a we're wearing pants for this match. And it's going to be chubby Samoa Joe back in his pants, Crimson in sweatpants. And they're just going to be fake rolling each other up, thumbs to the eye the whole time, couple cheap shots, not one move. And I'm going to love it.